everybody, happy Friday. So, I have been off social media, I think for 2 weeks now, and when I got off, um, it definitely wasn't. I didn't expect this to happen, but God is so good the way He works things out. So, I just got on here to let you guys know that and to share this message with you that God gave to me this morning, and I feel somebody else out there needs to hear it as well, so I'm sharing it with you today. So I got on here to let you know that you are enough. And this morning, I can't remember, was I at work this morning or I was on my way to work? I'm pretty sure I was at work actually, waiting to start. But anyway, so you guys know I've been going through a lot this past month, with my previous job ending, and then I got COVID right before my job ended, my previous job, and then I got COVID, and then I had to have emergency surgery. And then, so right after I had the emergency surgery, I got this job that I started 2 weeks ago, and God is good, you guys. And sometimes we have a hard time seeing the blessings and things, but what I was hearing today was all things are working for my good. He's intentional, never failing. And like I told you, He told me this morning I was enough. And I want you to know that you are enough, no matter what your situation looks like. Don't focus on your situation, focus on God. And I tell you that because some of you guys know, some of you guys don't know, but it's definitely obvious that I am visually impaired, and I have been visually impaired all my life, and I have dealt with discrimination because I was visually impaired, especially in the workplace. And it's hard, I guess if you're not someone with a disability, it's something that you might not pay attention to. But as someone who has dealt with discrimination because of a disability, it becomes immediately apparent to me when something's not right. So I tell you guys to say this. I have had a job where I was underpaid, and I was told I was going to be paid one thing, got my first check, and it was something totally different. And I stayed for the experience. I love the people I worked with. So I stayed there until I decided to go back to school. And after that, the next job I got, again, I was paid what I was told I was going to be paid. But what happened, there was an issue in the classroom, and I was fired for something that I had nothing to do with. And it was because the owner didn't like the fact that I was visually impaired. And how do I know that? Because she told me. And yeah, so having dealt with that and then going to work, God does all things for our good. So, after that, I was able to go work at Walton Options back home in Georgia and Augusta, and I learned how to advocate for myself. I learned that I am worthy and that I can do all things that I can set my mind to. Just because I may do it a little different than somebody with vision, with total vision, I still can do it. You know what I'm saying? And when you have any kind of limitations, you know what you're able to do and what you're not able to do. And don't let people think you're less than because you do something different than they do. And that's what I had to learn, that I, can do things. So, like I said, I worked there, and then I went to California, worked there for 8 years. I love the company I worked for, which I worked basically those 2 assignments I had with them until it ended. So then we get to this job. So, like I said, because it was through a staffing company. And so, that was one of my things. When I talked to her, I'm like, well, my disability be an issue? And she's like, no, that shouldn't matter, you know. And like I said, as a person that has dealt with discrimination before, I can tell. I know when something's off. So it started out, I'm being trained the first couple of days. Okay, this is pretty much what I did at my job for 8 years. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So there was 3 people that, well, it was 2 other people and myself that started. And so then one of the guys ended up leaving. And so me and the other guy were still there. And so this week they brought 3 new people, and I'm like, okay, where are these people going? You know what I'm saying? But then I noticed that everybody was being trained to do the jobs that I had been trained to do the week before. And I was basically pushed to a job just stuffing envelopes. And, you know, I know when, you know, I'm asking, I have nothing to do, my task is done, and you can't seem to find me anything to do. Okay. So I'm like, you know, God, this is just, you know, I just thank him that I'm able to just stay calm, because I guess that's why I'm grateful for my time away, because I was able to sit and process things and know that, you know, no matter what my situation looked like, if he did it before, he can do it again, you know. And so my thing is, no matter if it's you or me, you don't have to work for somebody who don't value you. If they feel you're a liability, you don't have to be there. You go to a place where you're a benefit. Work for somebody who values you. And that's something that I learned. I value who I am, and I'm not gonna just accept less than, you know. You're not gonna treat me like I'm not worthy. I am enough. And the funny thing is, I just had to laugh when she said it. She's like, oh, we only needed you to do this part right here. We're changing everything to electronic. So what are you saying? Because of my vision, I can't use electronics? Lady, most of my job, I pretty much worked on the computer all freaking day. So you're thinking just because I'm visually impaired and I use a magnifier that I can't use the computer, when that's what I did all day? I just lied to myself though, but God is good. So I'm not worried about it, because yeah, I know he has something in store for me, and everything has a reason and as a season. And one thing about me is, if I'm ever able to employ somebody, just know that you are valued, and everybody has something they're good at and something they're not good at. And people tend to look at your weaknesses and not your strengths. So you have to make sure that when God shows you something, what you're capable of, you focus on that. Don't let what they tell you your weakness or distract you from feeling that you're not enough, because you are. And that's pretty much what I wanted to say today. I hope that encouraged somebody. You are enough, and don't let nobody tell you you're not. So that's what I had to say today. I just hope you guys have a wonderful day, and believe in yourself. Stay encouraged, stay prayed up, and just keep your head up, because it's not like it looks. You may see one thing, but you don't know what God has in store for you. You have to keep your eyes set on him. And a lot of times we let ourselves get distracted with this social media. So like I said, I've been off for the past 2 weeks, and starting Monday I'll be off again, because we'll be fasting. So, but I'm only getting on here to share this, because I feel that just as he shared it with me today, and as I get through this situation, that my prayer is that it encourages you to go forth as well. You are enough. Love you guys. Bye.